Hey guys, so like I've been hinting at this whole month, I am here to bring you guys a get ready with me where I kind of talk about what's going on with me, and what's going to be going on with my channel for next month, the month of June. I'm aiming to get this video up late in May, maybe even early June. It just somewhere in there. I've been kind of pre-filming a lot as I always do, so I don't know when it's gonna get up. I am aiming to get my my vlog up for Hawaii up. I already started editing it, and then my computer kind of went on the fritz, so I had to switch to my new computer. It's just been a mess with that vlog, but it is coming. It is coming. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get into it. I'm gonna mainly focus on just using Project Pan items so that I don't really need to tell you guys what it is. I will have all the items listed down below for you guys so that you guys can kind of better acquaint yourself to what is actually going on my face. But like I said, it's gonna be all the same things that I typically use every day, and I'm gonna aim not to use any new items. I really don't need to use any new items. I have a lot of items, and I kind of have a base routine right now that I'm really enjoying. So yeah, I did just put my skincare on my base, and I'm just kind of gonna let that sink in a little bit. So I'm gonna go into my eyes first. So yeah, so this so where do I start? So as a lot of you guys know, I am in school right now. If you didn't know, I'm actually going to school to attain my master's degree. I've already got my undergrad, as you wouldn't know if you're going for a master's. And I do intend to go towards a PhD. It's just something that I have to do for my field. And so I am going to be going towards that PhD. I didn't do very well in my undergrad. Like, I did well, but towards the end I kind of slacked off. It was getting really stressful, and it just got to the point where I just needed to get out of the degree, just get the degree. And so my GPA was not the best. And in my field, which is a very competitive field, as most fields are these days, you need to have a decent GPA. Like, you need to have a good GPA to get into a master's program or even a PhD program in the actual field. And I did not have a good enough GPA. It just was not where it needed to be, unfortunately. So the degree program that I'm in right now is not actually in my real field. And it's going to work out, I hope, because it's in a field that I would like to still kind of specialize in. It's really complicated to explain it without really telling you guys too much about it. I just don't feel comfortable telling, I just don't feel comfortable telling you guys, you know, the ins and outs, because then it's super easy to find me. But yeah, so the field that I'm in, getting my master's degree, I'm hoping will be beneficial for me in the long run. Maybe, oh my God, maybe not in the short run, I can't see it, but I'm hoping in the long run it will be beneficial. And another thing you should know about me is I am very hard on myself. I know I am. I know I put a lot of pressure on myself to get things done a certain way, to get them done in a certain time period. It's just how I am. I've always been that way. I've been kind of type A, compulsive, like organized when it comes to my career. Certain other things not so much, but like when it comes to my career, I've always been like, you need to get this done by this time, this time, by this time. Like when I was an undergrad, not even undergrad, when I was in high school, I like would map out what age I would be when I'd finish all of these degrees and all of this. Like, I was very type A, still am when it comes to my actual degree career situation. And this degree is not going the way I planned. I mean, I'm already not in a school or even in a degree program that I necessarily wanted. Like, obviously I applied to the program, so at some point I was okay with going into the program, but since it's not in my actual field, it's just been a struggle for me personally to like put my all into it. It's been a struggle because I haven't found people who can really advise me the best in this degree program. And on top of it, it's just been a lot stress wise on me, and just my kind of compulsiveness to make sure I go where I need to go and do what I need to do to get to my ultimate career. And if you really keep up with me and this degree, you will know that this was actually my second year of being in this program. And typically in a master's program, your second year is the year that you actually graduate. Well, I won't be graduating, and that has been really tough for me to swallow. It's been a huge pill for me to swallow. I typically do not fall behind in my programs, but this has been a very intense program, very life lesson oriented program. Like, I have learned a lot of life lessons in this program, and I've had to learn to kind of grow up, and just accept certain things and try not to control everything in my life. Well, everything when it comes to my career. And that has been extremely hard. Like I said, I have very much I have very much like a compulsive situation when it comes to my career. So it has been extremely hard to let go of the fact that I'm not graduating in 2 years like I should. And I mean, maybe after I'm done with this degree, I can kind of give you guys some more ins and outs of degree programs or graduate school, like things I wish I knew before, in case you are aspiring to go into a graduate program, and you maybe don't have anybody who can give you some advice on this situation. But it's been really hard for me to let go of the fact that I'm not graduating this year. And I know some people might not understand that. They might be like, you know, just roll with the flow, graduate when you can, get your degree when you can. But that's never how I've been. I've always been, this is the timeline, get it done. And like I said, I've been hard on myself. Nobody in my family has been hard on me when it comes to school. I mean, my parents used to be like really hard on me when I was younger, like, why are you getting B's? But you know, that was to like push me and to motivate me to do better in school. Ever since like high school, basically, it's been more of me being hard on myself or me being very lackadaisical on myself. And like I said, it's just been very hard in this degree program, and the amount of requirements that we have and to get done, not only through the department but also through the university, has been hard. It's been hard to get all of those things done in a timely manner, and you know, to get the professors to do what they need to do in a timely manner. And like, I understand the professors, you know, I'm not the only student that they deal with. Like, we're in a graduate program. They also have an undergraduate program in this department. So they have a lot of students that are depending on them to perform in a timely fashion and in a manner that the student would like. So I completely understand that they have a lot going on, but it's just very difficult to swallow the fact that purely I'm not graduating because of 1 or 2 deadlines that maybe I was not aware of until the very end. And so I'm actually recording this on my supposed to be graduation weekend, which is really therapeutic in a way because I did not want to even be in the state. I actually wanted to kind of run away and you know, just avoid this situation. But powers be made me, you know, grow up, mature, and just deal with it. Like, just deal with the fact that you're not graduating. Like, and at one point I was too beat. I didn't think I was going to actually continue with this program, which is very stupid. I mean, you've already put in 2 years. You literally only need a semester to finish. Why wouldn't you graduate? And I know it was stupid, but like, this semester has really shown me why so many graduate students go to mental health professionals during or after. I mean, not that I have done that, and not that I am, you know, downplaying anybody's mental health, because mental health is not an easy subject or not something to play with. But I understand. Like, for the past 2 weeks, I have just been not myself mentally. Like, I've just been down in the dumps. I didn't realize I wasn't going to graduate until about the last 2 to 3 weeks. So it's just been really hard for me to cope with. That's why I haven't even been really answering you guys' comments. I'm sorry about that. I did just go ahead and answer everybody's comments last night actually. So you guys should be, you know, you guys should have gotten those notifications. And always feel free to comment. I always get around to it. Sometimes it's just like school or work or some reason why I'm just not there to comment, but always feel free to comment and I will be back to comment and we can like have a whole discussion there. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm pretty good at like following my DMs. So that's something, but I've just been super stressed. And for the month of March and April, that is why I purchased so much. I was just so stressed, like insanely stressed over getting things done. It got to the point where it was just a lot. Like, I had to, at one point, to actually graduate, I had to write my thesis from scratch within like a week or something crazy like that, which is impossible. I mean, that's just impossible when you're working a full-time job. I do work a full-time job, so among other things, like I did not have the time to do that. And my job was nice enough to give me some hours of leave for like school, but I've already used them. Like, I had to take my comprehensive exam, so I had to use leave on those days, and there were like other days where like leave was necessary. So I don't have any more leave to use to write my thesis. Thankfully, I have now completed my thesis to my satisfaction. I'm very happy about that. I feel so much relief overall just for knowing that I'm happy with my thesis. Now I just kind of have to wait for my advisor to give me some critiques on it, and then from there I will, you know, do some more edits and then kind of send it to the rest of my committee at the beginning of next semester, so that we can just kind of get the ball rolling, and that I can hopefully defend pretty early next semester, so that there's no ifs, ands, or buts if I'm graduating, because I don't want to leave it to chance. I have to apply to PhD programs next semester. So in the fall, I'm not only going to be in school trying to defend my thesis, but I also have to be applying to PhD programs. You know, the worst part about applying to degree programs is the fact that you have to get professors to write you letters of recommendation, and that's a whole thing. Like, depending on the professor that you ask, they may be very timely and do that exactly when you ask, or they may be very slow and you have to badger them to get something done. I remember trying to apply to applying to graduate programs during my undergraduate years, and the professors never even turned in my letters of rec. And I was like, oh, that's fun. It was nice enough for the administration or admissions person to email me directly and let me know that, because I mean, otherwise I would have never known that that was the reason why I didn't get accepted. And I mean, it was just like, that is the actual worst part about applying to degree programs. And honestly, that's the part that I have been avoiding and detesting. Because, you know, you have to first ask the professor or whoever to like write you a letter of recommendation. Then, you know, most professors, like if it's not an online submission, they expect you to fill out and write in all of the addresses for the school, give them the deadline sheets and all that. And like, I'm organized enough, like I said, within my career aspect to get all of that stuff done, but it's time consuming. It really is. So my goal is just to get as much done over the summer as I can. I only have 2 requirements left in my degree program, and that's a language requirement, which some master's degrees have, not all do. It's mainly PhD programs that have a language requirement. And then I have to defend my thesis. That is it. That's literally it. So there is absolutely no reason why I shouldn't graduate next semester, which, you know, is a comforting-ish feeling, but it's still the feeling of I did not graduate on time. Granted, I feel like a lot of people understand it's a graduate program, things happen, so you may not graduate on time for X, Y, and Z amount of reasons. But like I said, it's still the fact that I am super hard on myself, and the fact that I'm not graduating really just annoys the mess out of me. But like I said, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to mature and realize that, you know, things happen. But it's the fact that I actually pick myself up and I actually do graduate that's important, not necessarily when I graduate. So all of that to say that I am now doing a lot of steps to prepare myself for my PhD program. And this is where we kind of lead into what's happening in the month of June for me. For my field, there is both in-class knowledge that you need to know, but there's also practical knowledge, more hands-on information that you can learn in the classroom, but it's also taught in a practical aspect. And the more practical aspects that you get, the better, you know, you are with this knowledge. And I was emailing a bunch of programs to try and find an internship that I can participate in for the spring after I graduate. And So I was applying to a bunch of programs, trying to find a program that could help me for, like I said, the spring after I graduate. And basically, all of the programs told me they don't do anything over the spring, but they do something over the summer. And one of the programs basically said that I could do something this summer in June, but I needed to give them some more information about like my knowledge capacity in the field. And so we wrote back and forth, and lo and behold, they invited me to go on this trip. And this is a very, for me, this is a very impromptu, big trip, because I'm going to be going to a different country that I've never been to before. And I'm going to be going purely for this academic reasons. And it was a big commitment, a big shock. I had to, you know, check with my job to make sure they would give me the time off, whether, you know, paid or unpaid. Like, I was just checking to make sure I could actually get the time off, and my manager would actually approve it. I also, you know, had to see if I financially could make this commitment, because to fly to an international place last minute. Ticket wise, it's expensive, especially the place that I'm going to, which I haven't told you, I don't know why. It's Cyprus, which is a super small island that is like associated with Greece. It's right on top of Egypt. I'll probably have a picture of where it is pop up on the screen just in case you don't know the place that I'm talking about. But I think it's like its own country at the same time. But it's, I believe, I'm 99% sure from all the research I've done, it's like associated with Greece. It's like a, I think it's like a Greece territory type situation. And so that has been a huge stressful situation as well, because I've been like trying to figure out if I can attend this program and getting all the information together at the same time as me trying to do my my thesis and submit my thesis. So it's been a lot, but I'm happy to say that I am going on this program. It is one of those, in my opinion, once in a lifetime opportunities. It is an actual internship, which internships in any field are big things. Like, you really want to get an internship, not only for the experience, but you also could use the person who advised you during that internship as a letter of recommendation. If your field is super small, they could, you know, talk to people within your field, potentially get you some more work, potentially get you into degree programs. So it's a lot that this internship could potentially open doors for me, and that's why I'm going. Unfortunately, it's not paid, which is honestly, it's fine. For me, my big thing is I need the experience. Thankfully, I'm in a place where certain aspects of life I don't have to stress over, and others I do, you know, and this is one. I really need to stress over getting into my career and doing what I want to do. So I'm very, very grateful to, you know, my parents for teaching me how to save when I was younger, because my savings are basically going to be depleted for this trip, but I think it's a good move. Overall, I made sure to strategically plan, you know, my leave so I could get some money while I'm away. And I've been, you know, not buying makeup, which leads into my no buy. This trip is super expensive. Like I said, it is really last minute. I didn't realize that I was going to be attending this trip until what, maybe the first week in May, last week in April. So it's been extremely expensive to pay for the program, pay for my flight. Thankfully, the program provides accommodations. They also provide breakfast and lunch, which is very, very good. So dinner, I'm gonna be a basic Sally. I'm about to get chicken, rice, and some vegetables. Call it a day. Ain't nobody need nothing exotic or nothing. I don't have the money for it. I really don't. So it's just been very stressful trying to, you know, figure out how I'm going to pay all of that third. But at the end of the day, all of the stress will be worth it, in my opinion. So I am very happy about that. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not doing a no buy. Oh, I didn't tell you guys the length or anything like that. Wow. So I am gonna be in Cyprus for a month, for basically a whole month. I'm gonna be there from June. I'm gonna be leaving the US June 4th, landing there June 5th, and then I am going to leave there June 24th and get back here June 25th. Trying to find a flight that was not an obscene layover was a hot toddy mess. That's honestly why my flight is so expensive, because there are flights going to and from Cyprus that are, you know, $90 or $900 and somewhere like that. But there's like a 2-day commute to get there, and the layovers are obscene. And don't get me wrong, I would have done those, but the leave situation at my job was just not where it needed to be to do something like that. And honestly, I didn't feel like having to deal with paying for accommodations in some random country in between my flights. So it was just easier just to suck it up and to just pay for a more expensive flight that would get me more directly there. Like my you can't make this up. My flights, the longest layover I want to say is like 2 hours or something. So a normal layover, whereas some of them were like 36 hours, 17 hours. I'm like, who's gonna sit there and get a layover? Although it might have been like cool to do that if I wasn't so stressed for time to get back and to get there, at the end of the day, I just could not be bothered to do that. So it was just easier. And I was able to pick my seats on 2 of my flights, which is nice. So for 2 of my flights, I know I'm gonna have a decent seat, a seat that I wanted, a seat that I chose, which is a very, very good thing, because most of the time you get stuck in that in-between seat and you just like, why? Yeah, so I haven't been buying makeup purely because of this trip. I mean, it was just so last minute and it was so pricey, and it's, at the end of the day, so much more important to me than makeup that I just decided you need to not buy any makeup for right now. And because of how expensive it is turning out to be, I don't know when I'm gonna buy any makeup, because even while I'm on the trip, I'm not going to be getting a full paycheck. I'm going to be getting like a very partial paycheck. So like, when am I really going to have the money after paying off everything that I need to pay off? When am I going to have the money to actually have extra money to buy makeup? And this is another, you know, adulting, growing pain that I am not necessarily okay with. But I'm coming to the fact where, like, you may not be able to buy makeup for a couple of months. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say I'm on a no buy, I mentally am telling myself on a no buy. But, like, there are certain things that, like, I am okay with purchasing. For example, MAC and this stupid Aladdin collection. I am obsessing over that bronzer currently. But I didn't purchase it. Like, they just had like this, if you were a certain tier and MAC, you could potentially buy the bronzer and all the other items early. I didn't purchase it because I want to see it in person. If I see it in person and it really does work for me, then and only then will I purchase it. And that'll be the only thing I purchase. I ended up going through all the items again, and I realized, you know what, sis? Although you do collect the MAC limited edition lipsticks, you have these colors in other lipsticks. You don't need it. I'm actually using one new product. This is the e.l.f. J Kissa collab, and this is the brown mascara. But anyways, you don't need it. So, I'm not going to be getting any of the bullet lipsticks, although I really do want them. And I'm not going to be getting the highlighter nor the eyeshadow palette, at least not for this month. This month, if I get anything, it's going to be that bronzer. You guys know I'm obsessed with bronzers, and that's just like a field or a part of makeup that it's really hard for me to really stop myself from purchasing. There's another bronzer that I might get. It's on sale and I got a coupon, so it won't be all that expensive. And yeah, so I might get like 1 or 2 things here and there, but I'm definitely not doing like my 3 items and the certain aspects of makeup and all that. It's just not happening. I just don't have the money. Like I don't. As much as I wish I did, I don't. And I think another hard pill for me to swallow for this trip is the fact that I will no longer be close to my savings goal for 2019. I was very, very close to my savings goal for 2019. I had a particular number in mind that I wanted to hit, just for me. I just wanted to get to a certain goal to show myself I could really still save like I used to, because I used to be cheap. Like, you wouldn't honestly recognize me when I was younger. I was cheap. You wouldn't catch any money coming out of my bank account for nothing. And that has gone away, obviously, because, you know, you become an adult, your interests change. Like, when I was younger, obviously my parents bought a lot of stuff, but as long as I had a book, regardless if I've had it, purchased it, or if it came from like the public library, I was happy. That's all I cared about, was a book and maybe TV some days, but that's about it. And don't get me wrong, I still very much so care about reading. I still read as much as I can. I am, as I said earlier, in a degree program, so I read a lot. And it would I'm starting to read even more on my breaks, so that is good. But my interests have changed, they have evolved, so I have to evolve as well. So I didn't actually talk about my channel and what is going to happen in the month of June. So for the month of June in my channel, it is honestly purely going to be if I can get enough videos recorded. I am thinking about doing another 3 looks 1 palette. Typically when I do those, I get through and I record a lot of videos, so I'd have a lot of bulk videos just sitting waiting to be edited if I do a 3 looks 1 palette. And if I have a bunch of videos just sitting there, I will of course edit them on my time off, because we do get times off. I'm pretty sure we have weekends off, and like we stop working at 3 p.m. So I have a good substantial amount of time that I could, you know, take to edit videos and upload videos and all of that jazz. And if I get videos recorded in this space before I leave, then I will. But there's no guarantee that I'll do that. Like I said, I am no longer doing schoolwork, so I have more time. But at the same time, I'm not about to stress myself out recording, what, 3, 6, 9... I probably only need to record 12 videos, which isn't that many, but I'm not about to stress myself over doing that in addition to the videos that I record for this month. So I'm just preparing you guys for the fact that I may go ghost. It just kind of depends, like, yeah. And to be quite honest, I don't even know if I'm bringing my camera on this trip. Like I said, this is a school trip, so I don't really have, like, I've written down a couple of places that I would love to visit, but this is a school trip, so I'm going there in the mindset that I'm going to be studying when we get out of class to make sure I am absorbing the information. I am going to be testing myself to make sure I absorb the information. So yeah, if I have the time, maybe like on weekends, I'll go out and just visit the surrounding area. Maybe if I can get enough people, or if I'm just feeling froggy, I might go to mainland, or is that called mainland? I think it's called like mainland Greece or something, a part of like grease really, and explore that area, I might. But child, the way my finances is going, ain't no exploration of nowhere. And yeah, I don't want to give you guys any promises, and I know most of you guys are really like considerate, and you're like, you know, whatever, just come back when you can. You guys were really worried about me when I was sick with my allergies, so I'm sure you guys are going to be really supportive of me in this aspect of my life as well. But I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, right now I will not be purchasing any makeup, which is good. I have a lot of makeup. It's been allowing me to go back and test some new items, so I have done, I think, like 2 flashbacks as of right now on my items or eyeshadows that I have in my collection. I've done this base look, which it'll be coming up, well no, it'll already be up by the time you guys get to see this video. But it's just overall allowing me to take a step back, see what's in my collection, use my collection, and get some use out of it. I've gone through another primer, another foundation. I'm getting through makeup, and I'm very, very happy about it. I'm hitting goals on my project pan. So I'm just like going around in circles, and I'm done with my makeup, so I need to shut up at this point. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm no longer stressed with school, which is I'm very happy about that. I am growing up, which is never a good thing, but you know, it has to happen. I may be ghost in the month of June. I probably won't be ghost on my Instagram because I'll have my phone with me, and I will have an international plan. So I'll be able to communicate that way. I'll have access to Wi-Fi. So if you want to talk to me, see what my opinions are on new releases, because I will not be recording new releases. 99% sure. I don't really want to be like recording videos and editing this videos there. Like, I just don't feel comfortable. But yeah, I think I've talked enough. Let me take this bonnet off, get my hair together, do my finishing spray, and get ready to leave because I have a very long day ahead of me, and it's already almost 12 and I have not left my house. So I need to leave, get these errands done so I can come back and veg out. So I will be right back. Alright, so I think I got my hair together. These twists have been playing me. I've been looking at my videos when I've been recording, and the twists have just been all types of everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I typically kind of zhuzh them up like this, but they're supposed to fall back down, and they've been really playing my whole life lately. But it's okay. It is what it is. I didn't even do my setting spray. Girl, all you did was mess with your hair. Get your life. I'm trying to get rid of this setting spray. This is a rose water. It's a hydrating face mist from Pearl Essence. I got it from TJ Maxx. And when I was using it, I was actually using it as a toner at one point, and it was actually drying out my skin, which is really, really weird. So I figured I'd use it as a finishing spray and see how it works, because it does kind of give you some luminescence, but I feel like it also kind of mattifies as well, because I'm pretty sure there's alcohol tint in here. Yeah, there's witch hazel, and witch hazel is drying. So there's also aloe vera. Anyways, I'm gonna see how this works as a finishing spray. I wore it yesterday at work, and it wasn't too bad. My face was really glowy though, so it's kind of hard to determine. But the only other thing I want to kind of talk to you guys about before I let you go is this mascara. So my lashes really actually do look brown, which is interesting. I've never had a brown mascara before, but they're not very lengthening or voluminous. So if you want just purely a brown coating, what I'm gonna do, because this is the first time I've tried this, I'm gonna try this with my voluminous volume primer. And this, I think this will be a really good combination in mascaras that don't really give me much volume or even much length. I usually add that primer and it works out beautifully. So we're gonna do that. I feel like my face is not set enough, so we're gonna take some time to put on the Cody Airspun, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you're understanding. I know you guys will be, but like I said, I've been feeling really down in the dumps, and going on this program is really just going to help me feel like I've accomplished something. I know to some people I've accomplished a lot. And I know if I tell my parents that or my friends, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You're very accomplished. Like, not to brag or anything, but that's how my friends are and my family are. They're very supportive. But I don't feel it. I truly and honestly do not feel it. And I want to feel it. I want to feel like I'm accomplished. And going on this program and as an intern and potentially getting some more letters of rec, potentially getting people to recognize me in the knowledge that I've learned on that program and just in general in my academic career, that's when I'll feel accomplished. To be quite honest, I know me. I won't feel accomplished till I'm actually in my career. Like, wheat. So I have a ways to go. I still have a PhD to acquire and I still need to actually get into my career. And that can be a whole nother get ready with me if you don't know what I want to do with my career. But I just kind of wanted to come on here, tell you guys how I'm feeling, what's happening, all of that. I don't do very many get ready with me's just because I'm not very an open person. Like I am, but I'm not. So I got to the point where I just felt like I really needed to get these things off my chest and on social media. I am itchy and this is not a good sign. That means something. Maybe I'm allergic to this concealer. I don't know. I'm itchy and I haven't been itchy in a while. I don't know. Let me let y'all go because I've been going on and on. This is a very neutral look, but yeah, if you're wondering what I used all Project Pan base products, and for my base, the routine, like the cheek area, I will link down that video so that you guys can see it. It's the talking myself out of new releases or something like that. For my eyes, I just used my Modern Renaissance. I just went into Real Gar and Cypress. Those are the only two shades I used other than the light brown and my Lorac Pro 2. I also used the light brown, the charcoal, and the black from here. The charcoal and the black I used in my brows. The light brown I used as my transition color in my crease. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. This video is probably stupid long, so it has been real, y'all. Peace.